Hey guys, I hope you're all doing well. Please like, share and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. So let's talk about everything that has happened in the last 24 hours in our fascinating sport called boxing. Daniel Dubois has dropped out of the fight to face Joseph Parker due to an illness, and in comes Martin Bakole. It's the second dropout that's happened this week. If you remember, Floyd Schofield dropped out against Shakur Stevenson, and that was on Tuesday. In came in Josh Padley. So we've had two replacements on this Riyadh season card this week so far. I'm hoping no more dropouts happen ahead of tomorrow night. Let me give you a quick timeline of events that happened with Daniel Dubois. So yesterday afternoon, he started experiencing symptoms of an illness. Once that happened, the doctors in Saudi Arabia done a medical evaluation, and that's when rumours started to come about Daniel Dubois not being medically fit potentially to face Joseph Parker. We then started the official press conference, and on the top table everyone was there bar Daniel Dubois. Again, got us thinking, what is going on with Daniel Dubois? Is he going to be able to make it on Saturday night? We then started hearing rumours of potential opponents who could face Joseph Parker. The likes of Lawrence Bakole, the likes of David Adeleye, Dillian Whyte, Moses Talma, they were all mentioned as potential replacements for Joseph Parker. Frank Warren shortly after then confirmed that Daniel Dubois, due to an illness, would not be able to get into the ring on Saturday night, unfortunately. So in all of this, the question was, who is going to step into the ring? Who's going to take the call? And that person was Martin Bakole. Martin was on holiday in the Congo. Congo's where he's from, and he took the call. He apparently now is in Saudi Arabia after a very quick turnaround in negotiations, and he's now going to be facing Joseph Parker on Saturday night. Now, what do I think of this fight? I'm happy with it. I really am. I think in terms of from a replacement standpoint, it usually goes one of two ways, especially with a 48-hour window. Number one, the fight gets cancelled and it gets postponed, or they just move on. Option two, the replacement might be a level or two below the original opponent. In Daniel Dubois dropping out and Martin Bakole coming in, we are seeing what I would say fighters thereabouts on the same level, one can argue. And I would say someone like Martin Bakole, top 5, top 6 in the world, is definitely a fantastic replacement for Daniel Dubois to face Joseph Parker. Kudos to Parker for taking this fight. Parker could have said, you know what, I want an easy touch. I don't want Martin Bakole because he is a handful. But he decided to take it, and his team have accepted to take that fight. On the flip side, I give Martin Bakole a lot of respect. 48-hour turnaround is a very, very short time to go into the ring and face someone. And the fact that he's going to go into the ring and face someone like Joseph Parker, you've got to give him his props and his respect for doing so. Granted, he's getting paid a lot of money for doing so. Probably. I don't know the numbers, but I wouldn't be surprised if he is. But at the same time, the fact that he's going to go into the ring and go and face Joseph Parker, you've got to give him his respect for doing so. So in that, I think it's a great replacement. One thing to take into consideration, though, for fight fans who are thinking this is going to be the Bakole who faced Anderson, the Bakole who faced Takam, the Bakole who faced Tony Yoka, I don't think it will be. I don't think it will be. He hasn't had enough time to train and be fight ready for Joseph Parker. Bear in mind, this is a Martin Bakole who was on holiday. And if you saw a picture that came out, apparently this picture was taken 7 days ago, he doesn't look fight ready. He doesn't look fight fit. Now, granted, there will be a level of fitness and base fitness that he has because he has been ticking over in training from what I've seen on social media. But for him to be fight ready, I don't think he is. Again, Martin Bakole has never been body beautiful, right? At the end of a camp, he's never had muscles popping out of him at the end of a fight camp. But at the same time, the same Martin Bakole that I saw in the picture definitely is upwards of 300 pounds. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes into the fight somewhere in the region of 310, 320 pounds in that sense. And that's not Martin Bakole fight ready, to be perfectly honest with you. So at the same time I'm saying it's a great replacement, I'm also saying be mindful that this might not be the Martin Bakole you expect to see in comparison to his previous outings when he's fought guys and he's looked good in those fights. So therefore, I'm now starting to think about the fight itself. I think the fight could go two ways, right? I think option one, this is going to be a barn burner, and it's going to be a barnstorm, sorry, for the first kind of 6 rounds. I think Martin Bakole's gas tank will take him for 6 rounds. He's going to bring everything and the kitchen table to this fight against Joseph Parker. And it's going to be interesting to see how Joseph Parker deals with that, because Martin Bakole is a real handful. He's a real handful, and if you're not careful, you can get taken out within those 6 rounds. And I think that's what Martin Bakole will try and do. And if he's successful, and I think if the fight ends in the first 6 rounds, I would say Martin Bakole probably would be the winner. That's who I think would be the winner when I'm thinking about it. Now, if this fight goes on 7-12, I think Martin Bakole's gas tank will fail him. He's not fight ready. He's not fight fit. So I can see Joseph Parker controlling this fight and winning on points. Or if the gas tank is that low from Martin Bakole, Joseph Parker winning on points. Not only just winning on points, so Joseph Parker getting a late stoppage. So that's what I think about the fight. One thing though, not to go on a bit of a tangent about this, but I think we need to have a UFC replacement model. And I heard someone talk about this on YouTube a few days ago. And the UFC replacement model is this. When you have a fight in UFC, you also have a replacement fighter ready, and that person's been training in case the 2 fighters that are supposed to face each other drop out due to illness or whatever, or getting injured or whatever it is. And that fighter will come in and face the opponent who is fit and ready. And that means that the card won't get cancelled, and the level of fitness both fighters have are still at an elite level. It's great to see Martin Bakole being the replacement. It's great to see that we're not seeing a level or 2 down. But what's not great is the fact that we're not going to see, in my opinion, the Martin Bakole that would be fit and fight fit in that sense. So I think that's something that Riyadh sees in Turkey should take a look at. And I'm sure there's been conversations in the background of this kind of approach in that sense. But I really feel that that UFC kind of replacement model would do really well, especially as we're seeing some brilliant cards going on and some stacked cards in Riyadh season. So I think that's definitely something for them to think about. But anyway, I'm going to stop there. Let me know your thoughts on everything I have spoken about in regards to Martin Bakole being the replacement, and everything around the UFC replacement model, if that is of interest to you. And if you haven't done so already, please like, share and subscribe to the video. And until next time, guys, peace.